In this video, I just want to talk briefly about the textbook, which seems kind of like a dumb video to make because I suspect most professors just tell you what you need to buy and you're just kind of stuck with it, and it's less consideration given to how much things cost. Well, for me, it is really important. Um, and I'm a bit torn always about what I've chosen to use. Um, So before COVID, when I taught largely in person, I used a free textbook, and we did homeworks manually, and it was a bit cumbersome, but it did keep the cost quite minimal. It's just not it's not easy to do that in an online class, unfortunately. And it's made even more difficult when we're using LaLima, which is a bit of a dated um, course management system. I mean, if you talk to your friends that are at other campuses, they use like um, Black, Blackboard or Canvas or one of these other kinds of sites. This is just an old site, an old system that doesn't allow for you to do a lot of different things, like directly author um, um, homework assignments or make them with graphs or other things like that. So it meant that I had to use a like textbook that you pay money for. So with that said, this is an IDAP course, meaning that the textbook price is immediately charged to your student account. So let's look at that, what that means, right? So if we go to the bookstore's website, you'll see here it's not free. So the book is not free. It's being designed so that you're paying for it with your student account, and you don't have to. Obviously, financial aid can apply for it and all those kinds of things. So let's just go to our textbook, buy rent. Let's just go to our class here. If you're in the other section, I'm sorry, don't take offense at it. It's the same. And you'll see here that you're paying $81.80, and this is an IDAP course. So what it does is it keeps it as cheap as possible. Basically, it's cheaper than buying the book even directly from the publisher. The reason why is because the publisher knows they're going to make all these sales, and so they can keep things a little bit cheaper. You can opt out, but if you do, you would need to buy it from the publisher. So I don't know why you would do that, but because you would have to pay more, because you not only need the textbook, but you also need the digital kind of companion that comes with the book called Connect. So this thing called Connect here, you can't just buy a used textbook on the web. You would need to also buy this Connect, and the Connect thing I think costs more than $81. um, about the only way I can perceive of why you would want to perhaps not use IDAP would be because you want to have access to the material after the course is done. So, like, you want to have permanent access, which I think you can do through the publisher site. Um, but that'd be a pretty expensive way to do things. Okay, but you can opt out. I'm required to tell you that you can opt out. I will not remind anyone that you can, but it is here. Um, but again, you would need to buy then the book as well as the access to Connect. Now, with all that said, we are using it quite a bit. So once you click on this, as I've said in the other videos, but I'll do it again here, the first time you do this, you'll need to create a login or use your login that you've used from a different semester from McGraw-Hill. And then once you do that, you'd click Connect. You do not have to pay for anything on the site. Don't do that because then you'll have paid for it twice because it's automatically being billed to you. It knows who you are based on you clicking in LaLima. So use your UH email address just to be doubly safe. I should. There's instructions I have here. One second. Let me pause this. Sorry, it doesn't show it here. I'm just going to show it here. Okay, so I'm clicking on connect, as you can see here. I think it gives me a thing where I can look at like an instruction guide to give you all. But okay, just to what are you all getting by buying Connect, paying that $80? You're basically getting your textbook. You're going to be doing your graded assignments in here. You're going to be doing your quizzes in here. You're going to be doing your exams in here. So quite honestly, beyond just doing the lectures, watching the lectures on Laulima, you're going to be spending a good deal of your time in this course on this, which is good because then that makes it worth the $80 that you've spent. There are a number. Oh, I guess not even last year, but they're pretty. I haven't heard of students having too many technical problems with how to find things in Connect, and you shouldn't because they're getting good money from you for it. But if you do have any problems, obviously let me know. But that is so. This is our textbook, and again, not. I think you do have the option to actually buy a physical textbook if you want to, but you'll, for the most part, again, be spending all of your time in Connect, which then would look like this, right? So it kind of looks, so here it says here you can rent a bound version or you can purchase a loose leaf copy of the book. So it does give you these options here. I'm curious how much it costs here. I'm just curious. Yeah, $44. That's not bad actually for a print copy of the book with shipping included. I mean, it's not horrible. Out of curiosity, how much is it to rent it? Because then obviously that would be yours to keep. Even after the course is done. Dude, that looks expensive. $70 to rent it? Dude, because you'd have to return it. I would just buy the loose leaf version. Or just go on Amazon or something and just buy a slightly older book if you really want it that bad. The rental edition. No, but that loose leaf edition, it's not bad. Then you would just have to buy a binder and $40 and you'd be good to go. Okay, that's our textbook.